Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and let's get ready for EJ Boxing Live.
How you doing, fight fans? It's EJ Boxing Live here, and we come to number 4. Boxing's legit badasses, and we got Harry Greb, the Pittsburgh Windmill, and yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoy. I got various people talking, Bob Meeb, Bert Sugar, and other guests talking. So I hope you guys enjoy. And yeah, man, he definitely deserves to be on the list at number 4. The Pittsburgh Windmill, Harry Greb. Catch you in the next one.
He has possibly the greatest resume in the history of boxing. That's Harry Greb.
He went after the best fighters that he could fight, regardless of size or color. You know, he really wanted to be the best.
Harry Greb, the Pittsburgh Windmill, had a 294-bout career between 1913 and 1926, losing just 8 times. His style was described by one writer as the manly art of modified murder. His opponents were often more concerned with avoiding his thumbs and his head than his fists. He fought some of the greatest battlers in ring history in the 3 weight divisions up to heavyweight, including Tommy Loughran, Tiger Flowers, Battling Levinsky and Gunboat Smith. His abuse of his opponents was matched only by the abuse of his own body, and his career in the ring was mirrored by a string of unofficial fights around the New York speakeasies.
I talked to people who either saw him or fought him, and one of his biggest fans was named Billy Kahn, because he was out of Pittsburgh, and Billy was out of Pittsburgh. Billy swore this was the greatest thing that ever walked in the ring, and remember, he had seen Armstrong, and he had seen Robinson.
Harry Greb came from a family that was fairly well-to-do, and he turns out to be one of the greatest fighters of all time. I mean, again, it's he didn't have to do it; it's he wanted to do it. You know. So Harry Greb, 299 fights. Okay, 299 fights in 13 years. You guys do the math. Okay, how many fights that was a year from Pittsburgh? Okay, if Harry Greb didn't fight, 20 times a year or whatever. I don't even know if that even works out. It's probably more than 20 times. Then, what's the alternative? Work in the Pittsburgh steel mills? I mean, it was better to fight. At least that's what he thought. Early in his career, he basically lost an eye. He had a detached retina. It was against Kid Norfolk. It was a foul-filled match. And look at the beetle brow of Greb. Greb had certain physical characteristics that were rather outstanding. One is that beetle brow. One wonders if that helped him take shots, or this is just my stupid surmising. But he also had huge hands, Brian, if you could show.
That I don't know. Maybe I can.
Well, I'll talk while you try and dig that one up. But so Harry Greb, 299 bouts, okay? And most of them were fought one-eyed, because he basically had lost sight of one eye early in his career against Kid Norfolk, with in a foul-filled match where Norfolk reputedly stuck his thumb in his eye. So Greb at times had a reputation for being a dirty fighter, and some people surmise that he had to put his hands on his opponent because he couldn't see him that well. As long as he had one hand within range touching his opponent, then he could, blast away with his high octane, both hands flying type of style. But again, just an incredible fighter. I mean, absolutely hands down one of the top 3 to 5 fighters in the history of boxing. Doesn't matter what weight class. I mean, to win, over 200 fights one-eyed against the greatest of the time, including heavyweights. He beat Gene Tunney, who was undefeated as a heavyweight.
Greb was a great fighter who never had a problem with he didn't care who he fought. He'd fight anybody, and he never barred a black fighter. And he was the sort of guy who would have fought Jack Dempsey if he wanted to fight Jack Dempsey, the heavyweight champion, who was pretty much feared at the time. Greb didn't fear him. He'd have fought him. He busted him up in sparring, and he didn't care. And so by then, to be fair to Greb's reputation, now he was struggling. He was almost blind, and he was on his last, stretch of his career, and Flowers got him at the right time. But they had fought before in a no-decision, non-title fight, and reports are conflicting. There are some people thought Greb had won it. There were others who thought Flowers won it, but difficult to tell. And enough thought Flowers won it to make a case for him winning the return for the championship when it did come. And Flowers fought out of his skin, didn't stop throwing punches, kept doing what he does. The reports suggest he was just as unorthodox and unpredictable as Greb was without the fouls. Greb was a legend for taking the law into his own hands. He saw referees as interfering policemen and didn't appreciate their presence in the ring at all, so he liked to do what he wanted. And Flowers would match him if he was fouled. He wouldn't put up with it. But at one point he stood back and says, is alleged to have said, Mr. Greb, I don't really mind you fouling me all night long, but please don't take the Lord's name in vain. And Greb stopped swearing. From that moment on, he said, I just burst out laughing and I couldn't swear. What was the point? And fouling, what's the point in that? Because the guy was with me all the way. So it was a hard 15-round fight. And maybe as a reaction to the McTeague decision, Flowers got the verdict. It was very, very close, and he got a split decision, and he won the middleweight championship. And of course,
in 1922, Greb inflicted one of the worst beatings in ring history on Gene Tunney, here seen fighting Jack Dempsey. Greb was an incredible 32 pounds lighter than his opponent. It would prove to be the only defeat of Tunney's career. In 1926, Tunney carried Greb's coffin. He died following a routine operation, aged 32. It was only then that doctors discovered the true measure of his courage. Harry Greb had fought much of his career completely blind in one eye.
Hope you guys enjoyed that. So we'll be covering number 3. And Harry Greb definitely deserves to be on the list. And I hope you guys enjoy it. Give me a thumbs up. You haven't seen the channel, subscribe, and if you haven't, check out the other list of the other badasses. It hasn't really put in any order, but end of the day, the fact that they're on the list, it shows that these guys are legit badasses. And end of the day, Harry Greb, fighting with one eye, end of the day, that in itself is a task in itself, and fighting the very best fighters of the day. All right, hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm EJ Boxing Live. Catch you on the next one. Peace.
DJ Boxing Live here. DJ Boxing Live here.